Hey guys, Chris and Josh and Daniel here from the Brothers Boyd, and it's that time of the week. So you know what we're going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about She-Hulk episode 2. We got the second episode on Thursday, and my first impressions of the show this week. I still love it. I'm still super happy with it. I'm having fun watching it. There were some more things put in this week that just made it just a really fun show to watch. I had a lot of fun watching it. I love that she's breaking the fourth wall and just turning around and talking to us in the middle of a lawyer's office when she's walking through. And she's doing just a really great job playing this character, and we're seeing what it was like for her when she first became She-Hulk. And another really cool thing that they've done is they've added in the family element, and this seems to be something Marvel's doing recently with this show and with Miss Marvel. So it's kind of cool to see how the other half live in the Marvel universe. Daniel, what did you think of the show? Your first impressions?
My first impressions are I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's hilarious. I think they've really made the merging of superhero and sitcom just perfectly for this series. It reminds me of a single camera sitcom, without the laugh track and audience and stuff like that. Um, the first episode I think was a great introduction and origin story, and I think this episode was a great way of setting the status quo for the series here going forward. I think that's my first impressions really on this show. They really kind of established the status quo, show what she's going to be, show that she has to balance the superhero and lawyer life, and get into some really tricky situations involving her family's past, and introducing, like you said, her family dynamic with probably one of the best castings for her father, probably by far, in
Yes,
my opinion.
yes, yes. All I
How
could
about
think
you,
was
Josh?
cousin Larry Appleton.
Standing
Standing
tall
there
on the
on
wings of
wings
my
of
dreams.
dreams. Yes, perfect strangers.
Yes.
Perfect strangers. All I wanted to do was just trip out when he showed up. Yeah, overall, I was really enjoying it. Interesting note, Daniel, I read this week that that first episode was actually supposed to be the final episode, but they felt like they needed to throw the origin in at the very beginning instead of making you wait till the end to see it.
That was a good call.
Yeah, yeah, because
Absolutely.
I could see that final line of the show being, "I'm She-Hulk, attorney at law." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, yeah, it was an interesting little note there. I saw a little, interview with the directors and all talking about it. Over first impressions, it was a great show. I loved it. That whole scene when she goes home with her family, and then the end credit scene when she's helping do chores around the house was just great. I mean, the whole introduction of her, it really set everything up this week working at the law firm. And she's complaining, I gotta buy all new clothes for my job now. and and the whole family element, like her sitting around the table, we don't think a lot about the everyday man thinking about the superheroes, but Mark Lynn Baker going like, where do the arrows go? Does he clean up after himself? Was just great.
Which is funny because you kind of see that happening in the Hawkeye series, what he does with the spare arrows and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was really cool the way they did that, and we got to see the family dynamic, and it was just really a lot of fun to see what does a superhero do when they're not saving the world. They have dinner with their family.
Yes.
They be the jack for the car so they can change tires. And hang TVs on
Yeah.
the wall,
Yep.
you know. So yeah, that was really cool. So let's move on to you guys' favorite scene. Josh, you want to go first on that one? Let us know what your favorite scene was.
Okay, so my favorite scene comes when she's calling Bruce and she's talking about all the things she has to go through. And he goes, and she's talking about Abomination. And he just goes, I was just a completely different person back then. And then she turns and looks at the camera knowingly. The whole, oh yeah, Hulk was played by a different actor before. I thought that was great and a meta way to bring it all together.
Yeah, that was really beautifully done, I thought, and just he goes, "Yeah, I'm not even that same person anymore, literally," and it's like, we all get it.
Yeah.
We know. And so yeah, so that was a really cool scene. I have a couple of favorite scenes this week. The first one being when we first see her walking into her new job. Uh the boss tells her that they want her there as She-Hulk. So she transforms into She-Hulk and she's walking through the office with him, headed to her own personal office. And she turns around full on and just starts talking to us on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's just a beautiful ode to the John Byrne comic and how she did that in the comic, and she realizes that she was a comic book, and she would argue with John Byrne and the artist during that run. And I think my second favorite scene was probably at the end credit scene when we see her doing all the household chores. It was just super funny and it just a chill way to be an end credit scene, and it didn't have to amount to anything else. It was just an end credit scene. Um, so yeah, that was really cool. Um, there were a couple of other Easter eggs in there as well. We saw her looking at her computer, and if you pause that, there is a QR code up there that will get you to Marvel Unlimited, and you can get a free run of Marvel Unlimited for I think a month, and it'll get you access to all kinds of comics. And I believe they even offer some of the She-Hulk comics for free, so you get to keep those. But if you paused it and also looked at the screen real well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the corner, some of the articles that you could click on, one of them says "Man with metal claws starts bar fight."
Yes.
Basically, Wolverine exists in the MCU now. We now know that. And the other thing, which I thought was pretty funny, and I've been asking for quite some time, is at the end of Eternals. We left a giant statue of a celestial sticking out of the ocean. So you click the tab they showed said, "Why is there a giant man coming out of the middle of the ocean?" So they addressed that, and I
Yep.
thought that was pretty funny. Daniel, what was your favorite scene this week?
Probably my favorite scene of this week was just her going to the prison and having to turn back into her regular self, and then cutting the joke of the Silence of the Lambs joke, which
Yes.
was just hilarious. And just that whole scene, anyways, just of him going in and talking about how he's reformed and all this stuff, and writing haikus for people and trying to apologize and stuff, and just came off very fake, and you could really tell. But just it was funny to me just how they pulled all of that off, that entire scene.
Right, and not just any actor could have pulled that off. Tim Roth is a great actor, and he
Yes.
just does an incredible job. And he's so chill when she
Yeah.
walks in. He's just kicked back with his Crocs and his prison uniform
Yep.
on, talking about, yeah, I've got these 7 pen pals who I met in here who are going to financially support me when I get out of here, and all this stuff. And that was really cool. Now I don't know who those 7 pen pals are. They might wind up being the Thunderbolts, maybe.
That's
I don't
that's
know.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
what I'm
imagining.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll see if that happens. So yeah, I think just a great episode overall. One thing that I did notice this week, it was 30 minutes, guys. And when it ended, I'm like, is that it? And I'm
Yeah.
like, Marvel knows what they're doing because they leave you wanting more. Because as soon as it ended, I'm like, "Is that it? There's no more. I need more. Can I get more? I need more."
Yep.
So yeah, now we got to wait till next Thursday for the next episode. So, but overall, the show this week, I really agree with Daniel. I felt like it was a really great way to set up the way the story's going to go. We got the backstory, and then we're going to see how it goes forward from
Yep.
there. I really enjoyed the play between her and and her switching back and forth. There was one time she was in a bar and she was She-Hulk and she got asked to turn back into Jennifer. And she had been drinking quite a bit. So when she turned back into Jennifer, she was pretty clumsy because the
Yeah.
metabolism thing kicked in on her. I thought that was pretty funny and a great way to do that. Um, Great episode. I'm excited for the next one. But overall, I'll give this one another A because I'm kind of loving She-Hulk right now, as I'm sure a lot of people are. Daniel, what was your overall impression of the episode?
Overall, yes, I really enjoyed like just the entire episode. I'm just finding it really funny, just well balanced. It's probably one of the most well balanced of the MCU's TV series. It knows what it is. It's funny and does not mind like just being in your face about it, cracking jokes, having even Hulk, cracking a few jokes like the thing with the Edward Norton switch up and
Yeah.
everything. That just it's just really funny, and then those are just the perfect way to deliver the comedy, in my opinion, and it's very well done. And I'm really enjoying where it's going with the with it, with showing her family, with where she's the direction she's going as a character, as far as her lawyer life and everything. Just I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, it's not really in showing where the status quo is going from here, and I'm really enjoying where the status quo is going. How about
Yeah,
you, Josh?
I think Josh, you and Daniel would agree. What I feel like this is, and it's like when we were growing up on ABC, they had TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
Now we have TGI Friday with a Marvel budget. So it's
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I feel like this episode just got you kind of set up for her working in the law firm, getting you there. It gave you the guest star with Emil Blonsky, her dad. You had the Hulk pop back up. It was a great way to get it started. And then at the end, they dropped the problem of the abomination breaking out, which was a good, oh crap, now what is she going to do? Um,
Yeah,
you know, but let's talk about the giant Hulk in the room. Hulk was on the ship when she called him, and he's headed to Sakaar. That's where he's going. And the rumors online say that Marvel gets the movie rights back in 2023 for a solo Hulk movie. So I'm thinking they're setting up Planet Hulk and World War Hulk coming up. I think they're getting ready for that.
I absolutely hope
oh
so
yes,
because I just love the Hulk, and he
Yeah.
hasn't got his fair shake yet. I think Mark Ruffalo was the perfect, excuse me, pick to play this part. I can't imagine, even though we had Ed Norton and I believe it was Eric Bana that played the Hulk one time before in Ang Lee's Hulk,
Yes.
but Mark Ruffalo just seems like he fits, and it's just been a great casting for Marvel. So yeah, hopefully we'll get the World War Hulk coming, but hopefully not before we get Secret Wars. But we do have D23 coming up real soon, so who knows what they're going to announce for Phase 6? Because we still got a lot of stuff to get announced.
Yep.
I think D23 is going to be very Fantastic Four centric.
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope we get some maybe a few trailers that we didn't get at the San Diego Comic-Con. I'd
Yeah.
love to see some of those get released because we're getting close to October and November, and of course we got Wakanda Forever coming
Yeah.
out, and I'm super excited for that as well.
And rumor is that Matt Shankman, who did WandaVision, is in line to direct Fantastic Four.
Yes,
Absolutely,
So I saw that today.
that would be
yeah,
great.
he dropped out of doing a Star Trek movie, so I think it's pretty much a lock at this point. So
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, if you can work for Marvel, why not?
Yeah.
Hey guys, so that's going to be all we got for this week. Don't forget to come see us at the Brothers Boyd booth this week. This coming Saturday, September 3rd, from 10 to 5 at the Craven County Fairgrounds for the first annual Craven County Comic Con. We'll be there with some stuff to sell and some stuff you can win. And we'll have our friend and author Emily Elder there selling her book, The Dragon's Trader. If you haven't watched that video yet, we interviewed her in the last video. So give that a listen. And Josh, you want to tell them how to get to our channel? And
Yeah, guys, if you will click that like button on Facebook, like She-Hulk likes Captain America's butt on her cell phone, and like, subscribe, and ring that bell for a notification for us. And if you will check us out on social media, you'll see those come up on the bottom of the screen. We're on all the major social medias. And until next time, we will see you at the con and see you at the shop.
don't step across that yellow line.
Yes.